So if you guys have been watching my community page, you have noticed that I have been posting pictures of things that are happening in the housing market that would blow your mind. Now, a lot of you guys have said, Orlando, you need to make a video on these pictures and these comments. And so I'm going to do that for you, but I'm not going to do it by myself. I'm going to bring on a great friend. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen him on YouTube. I'm going to bring on Scott Walters. Guys, hey Scott, how are you doing? We're going to have a good time today.
Hey, Orlando, it's such a good pleasure to be with you. I absolutely can't wait. Hello to everybody on the channel. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much. I'm excited. We're going to blow the lid off a lot of things and give it to your audience and give it to them straight. We're not going to sugarcoat this one, my friend.
Guys, make sure that you go onto Scott's channel. Man, his videos are crazy. He gives it to you straight and raw like it should be. And a very honest opinion, guys. You guys definitely go to his channel here. I'm definitely going to post his channel in the description below, guys. Make sure you go to Scott's channel and subscribe. So Scott, we're going to jump on some spicy content here, and I'm expecting some great commentary from you. Just jump straight into it. Right now, I'm going to put on the screen here. We have an individual who is upset at real estate agents for leading him down the wrong path. Not only real estate agents, but he's also angry at lenders. Now, why is he angry, would you say? Well, if you take a look at what his property taxes are, he is upset because they increased by $797, almost $800. But why did they increase? Well, when he bought the house that he currently was in, he was not notified earlier by his real estate agent or his lender that the taxes that he currently is getting charged with would only last for this 1 year and they would skyrocket the next year. Because, guys, let me just give you a little information here. Everything is based off of the old tax numbers. So when you buy something that is, I don't know, let's just say you pay $100,000 over price on something, you're going to have to pay that amount in taxes when the city and the county reassesses. So Scott, what do you think about this craziness that is going on in this photo?
Well, Orlando, guess what, my friend? We're breaking all the wrong records now. My goodness, look at these poor people. And to answer your question, this guy should be upset at real estate agents and lenders. I would be too. Listen, I'm a real estate agent, so I'm a licensed realtor in the most euphoric Southern California market. I don't even like realtors myself, and I am one. But this is a big issue. This is a big issue for me, Orlando, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people drank the Kool-Aid, bought into the FOMO, jumped into the biggest bubble ever produced in human history. My gosh, I'm almost shaking in my boots just hearing those words. The biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history. So a lot of people, either you owned real estate and the wealth effect was created, you felt rich and you went out there and spent money like maybe you shouldn't have, or you were priced out and you were upset because you couldn't afford a home. There's two sides of the aisle on almost every single thing in America, if not the world today. So the challenge I'm having with this one, my friend, is this. This is what's happening to people. You buy the house, you put all your pressure to buy the house, and you don't see the tax boat coming. And like you said, this is a big challenge because people just have properties assessed at the top of the biggest bubble ever produced. And guess what's happening to prices now? In most places in America, they're trending the opposite direction, but your tax bracket is going to remain the same until it's reassessed. So now you're just getting double-ended in a month. I got to watch my tongue. But you're getting bent over again. Not only is your house trending the opposite direction, your tax boat is now stuck on these inflated values. This is a big challenge for me. It's a big red flag, in my opinion, for many new buyers.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And I try to tell my audience all the time, like, you have to get ready for this property tax that is going to come down the line. And we're starting to see this happening, especially at the end of the year when taxes are being reassessed and whatnot. And so I believe we're going to start to see a lot of this stuff come to fruition when it comes to property taxes. Now, another thing I want to look at on here is he has his homeowner insurance. Now, it's not elevated on this statement, on this picture that he's showing, but a lot of people, including myself, have seen a significant rise in insurance when it comes to your homeowner insurance. It has went up by 2 to 3 times from 2 years ago. So currently right now, and my audience knows this, is that I was paid $1,000 when it comes to insurance, and now I'm at $3,000. Why did it go up so much? And the reason why things are going up so much is because of inflation. Now, an insurance company is now looking and saying to themselves, okay, it's going to cost me more to rebuild your home now because wood costs more, metal costs more. The materials it costs to build your home is going to cost more than it did a couple of years ago because materials and labor are so high right now. So what do you think about this same situation when it comes to insurance? And personally, have you seen or yourself any issues when it comes to insurance?
Oh man, don't even get me started. Like I said, we're breaking all the wrong records here. Like what? This is the biggest rug pull ever seen in history. The prices got way out of hand, and now they're trending the other direction. But then they're sticking it to us with inflation, and inflation isn't stopping at the pump or the grocery store. It's finding its way into your insurance. As well. And yes, here in California, I live near the ocean. I have a commercial property like you. I have some rentals.
Right.
I got to notice that I needed to start paying $40,000 a year in flood insurance. I said, show me the diagram of where I'm in this flood zone. And there was I swear, I kid you not, this is a 10,000 square foot building. About 1 square foot of the corner of the building was in the flood map. And they wanted me to pay 40,000. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? So I had to shop it around, and because the mortgage company was just going to impound the payment and go pull the policy themselves. I'm like, no. I'll go try to find my own policy. So I was able to find one, but it was just another unplanned for expense. So that's another big challenge for a lot of people right now. This is really, really dangerous. Because a lot of people just can't weather the storm. And unfortunately, like I always say on my channel, is you'll do everything you can to hold on to the house because you put so much pressure to buy the house. So you'll cut out this, you'll cut out that, you'll tighten your belt here, you'll tighten the last thing to go is always the house because you put so much pressure to get the house, especially in this housing bubble. People were getting crazy. I was watching lines around the street to tour homes, to overpay for homes. I've never seen that before in my lifetime. I was like, this is a bubble. And I'm like, how can any other agents normalize this and say this is normal? It was shocking to me. I'm like, I don't care what caused it. This is a real estate bubble. Let's call it for what it is. And so somehow, I was the only person in my, in this space other than people like you that trying to cut through the talk and say, hey, listen, this one might not sustain itself. It just buckle up and get ready. It might not. And so here we go. Not only could prices not sustain themselves, but here we have just more stuff. Property taxes, homeowner insurance rates, everything's going up. This is like a house of cards, in my opinion. And many people will be able to weather the storm if they stay close to like-minded people and understand the waters they're swimming in. So if we can educate, maybe do a little entertainment and inform people what's going on, I think that's ultimately what's going to protect them the most.
This is another spicy one. I really want to get your opinion on this one. So we have this property here, and you guys have probably seen me post this picture on my community page, but this is a good one. Okay, so the price of this home is $576,000 right now, right? So this is a property that's in Georgia. This is a Zillow listing. Now, they cut the price down to, there's a price cut of $24,000. And remember, guys, we have been talking about this constantly, about price cuts, how all of these price cuts are happening. But like I have always told you guys, the devil's in the details, guys. So if you take a look at this property, it is a great looking property. Look at it. It looks nice. But I want you guys to take a look at what all the price changes that this property has had. So it looks like in 318 they sold the property for $654,000, and then in April they put the property up for $730,000. Scott, this is crazy. And then when you take a look at all of these price cuts, it will blow your mind. So let's take a look at these price cuts. So it dropped from $730,000, and now they're at $576,000 on this property. Now, Scott, this is what I want to hear from you. What is going on with these price cuts now that we're seeing in the market?
Well, this is absolute insane. And now, just for whatever it's worth, when I look at a property like that as a trained agent, I see a property in massive, massive trouble. I always say the kiss of death in real estate is showing price reductions. This property is doing what I call chasing the market. And like you said, you see a lot of grandstanding real estate agents trying to sugarcoat it, tell you there's built-in equity or whatever they can. Date the rate, marry the house. That's the newest craziness that I've heard. Like, come on, don't sugarcoat it anymore. Call it for what it is. The thing's reverse course. We hit the top of the biggest bubble ever produced in history. We've identified the top of the biggest bubble. It's trending the opposite direction. This property is virtually telling us that. But when you see price reductions of this magnitude stuck on the market, they're chasing the market. Now, personally, me as an agent, if I come talk to the owner of that house, I'm going to say, hey, listen, I've ran the comps based on what's happening currently today, and tomorrow is a different story. This is our value range. My advice is that you find out who your competition is and beat them. They did it. Some agent told them whatever they wanted to hear. Maybe the owner said, yeah, Scott, listen, my neighbor just sold for over asking price. My house is better. It's got a better lot and this and that and the other. Listen, owner. The housing market's trending the other direction. We got to get in front of this. We got to find out your value range. Come on the lower end. They came in at the wrong price. They got stuck on the market. I can almost promise you one thing, based on my experience. The owner of this house and their agent aren't exactly friends anymore. Because if I get you, I overpromised and under-delivered. So for me, I'll pass on a listing before I go walk somebody through that many price reductions. Right. It's not worth it to me. So that's not a good look for a property, Orlando. And you're right. This is just one example of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of properties doing the exact same thing because they got handled potentially. I don't want to say it's probably could be a great agent.
Right.
This one's in trouble.
Yeah, and this is what I'm telling my audience is when you're looking at these properties and you go through pricing histories and you see stuff like this is one of those opportunities where you're going to look at this and be like, he's cut it 20 times. The price has been cut 20 times. What's 21 times? I'm going to go in there and I'm going for the low price cut and saying, hey, if you will drop down by $78,000, then I'm pretty sure you will drop down another $20,000 or $30,000. And I can see that easily happening. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and you're right. Luckily, your viewers are getting very smart and very educated thanks to channels like yours. But the realities are, when I see this property, you think I'm going to go write them an offer at their most recent price reduction? No. I'm going to write in a few more price reductions. I'm not going to give them their latest asking price. Are you kidding me? They're clearly stuck on the market. When I see a house like this stuck on the market, it shows me they're in trouble. Otherwise, they'd pull the listing off the market. They clearly need off the market. So whenever I show properties, Orlando, you know what I tell the people? I say this a lot. Everything I show you today, don't fall in love with anything. Because as soon as you fall in love with it, they got us. Don't fall in love with anything. And so that's what I'm seeing, my friend.
Yeah. Well, Scott, man, it was fun, man. It's always great to collab, guys. I know my audience loves it, especially when we bring on quality YouTubers onto the channel. We collab, and it's always great to get the opinion because, guys, I'm not a real estate agent, and to hear from Scott, who's a real estate agent, is awesome. But guys, make sure that you go to Scott's channel. I will post it here on the screen here. Go to Scott's channel and subscribe, guys. What are you doing if you're not subscribed to Scott's channel? Scott Wolters, man. Scott, thanks again for coming onto my channel and giving great commentary. Hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Orlando. It's been a really just a pleasure meeting you. We talk a lot, through a group chat with a bunch of us, and it was an honor and a privilege to be invited on a high quality channel like yours. Thank you to your audience for watching today. If you want to jump over to Scott Wolters on YouTube, I'd be love to have you there as well. And thanks again so very much.
Not only just watch this channel for housing market content, but go watch my other videos, because just can't get all of the information from this one video. You have to watch the next videos. So make sure you go ahead and check out those channels. I will see you on the next one, guys. Thanks.